Hello. Once again, it's Mike Rummel. My spouse, Justina Holland, as she was put in prison under that name, is incarcerated at Carswell FMC in Fort Worth, Texas. Me, her son who just turned 18 and graduated high school, and my two kids from a previous marriage who I share custody with 50-50, who my wife loves very much, live here still in Florida. Hundreds of miles away from my wife, unable to hug her, hold her, tell her it's gonna be all right. Just share a moment, because one, we're so far away from each other, and the reason we're so far away is because it's the only care level 3 medical facility in the country for women. And two, even if I wanted to visit, they're on continuous lockdown for COVID. Visitation is limited to being behind plexiglass and having zero physical contact with your loved one. That's no visitation. So contact between us goes video chats every couple days for 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, and then emails and phone calls. And that's it. She barely has enough time on a call to talk to her son or sons, her mother, her father, me, her grandfather, her grandmother, the people that care about her the most. And I'm laying in bed and I'm alone, obviously. And I don't get it. I don't understand. There were so many mistakes made in her case. And it's like it didn't matter. When you look at somebody and they're staring at your wife and they're passing judgment, not on just what they've heard, but just because that's how they feel. They're judging your wife as well, your loved one. Not just because of what was said in the courtroom. When you're advised to take an open plea and told that it's not going to be nearly as bad as it ends up being. Three to 4 times worse than what it's going to be, or what it is promised to be. But then I read the news and I see these people who are defrauding the government with all these PPE loans, the IRS stealing millions of dollars from government agencies, and they receive a third of the punishment that my wife receives. Murderers walking, rapists. I don't get it. I'm not here to pass judgment on anyone, honestly. And I hope no one passes judgment on my wife, although they already have. However, it's inhumane, the treatment that they receive in these places. I, for one, never in a million years would have thought it was as bad as it is. And to get a phone call that your loved one is being served expired milk, everything that they could buy in commissary is expired or close to expiration, The bread they're being given has mold on it. They're being denied medication, the same medication that a doctor prescribed for them to take to help them deal with their medical issues, to avoid seizures, to lower their blood pressure so they don't have a stroke or a heart attack. The therapies that they don't get when they were promised to get these physical therapy and occupational therapy to help them recover from their accident. The worst is that the fact that I can't hold my wife, not for 5 minutes, not for 10, not at all. She's been taken from me and her family. Her mother and father who live with me, who I help take care of, her 18-year-old son and my 2 kids. She's been taken from us, her grandparents. And I just don't